that day. I'm Micah Ismail, and here's today's top story. The New York City primary this past Tuesday has left many New Yorkers feeling cheated when thousands of registered voters found their party affiliation changed or their registration dropped. In Brooklyn, it was reported that 126,000 people had been dropped from the roll, and only 12,000 of these people had moved out of Brooklyn. Of the remaining 44,000 Brooklynites were shifted to an inactive status, and 70,000 had been removed entirely from the books. Now let's go to Rachel West in New York for more on the story.
Thank you, Leica. Yes, I'm here in New York City, right in front of the office of the Board of Elections, which has come under a lot of fire following the events of this past Tuesday. There's a lot of speculation as to whether this was simply negligence or something much bigger. I was able to capture some of the chaos, which unfortunately did not stop with the purged voting records. Let's take a look at what happened at the Cooper House polling site in Brooklyn.
Yes, I'm here with Andrew Liu, who came to the polls today only to find that they hadn't been open. Can you please tell us a little bit about what happened today?
Yes, I've been at this polling site since 6 a.m. when it was supposed to open. It is finally opening, but I won't be able to place my vote on time and still make it to work on time. I'm scared that this system will operate this poorly.
It's very scary. Now let's see what's going on inside the polling site.
Hi, I'd like a ballot, please.
Okay, here you go.
Thank you. Donald Trump, Ted Cruz, and John Kasich? What are you kidding me?
Yeah, well, I'm afraid we don't actually have any Democratic ballots.
Okay, do I have to bribe you for a ballot or something?
No,
Richard,
I'm going to
Scrushy?
stop you right there. That's kind of the reason I'm working this crappy job, so you know what? I'm going to go find it, okay?
A ballot, please, Mr.
Yes,
Scrushy.
okay.
Any day now.
Hey, look at here. I found one.
Wow, what a surprise. Thank you.
Oh, good luck. Woo.
One ballot, please.
Sure thing. Here you are.
Oh, do you have a pen I could borrow?
I have plenty. Take them all.
Wait, the ballot says black ink only.
Oh, yeah. I guess it does. Blue should be fine. Next. Oh, you said your name was Andrew Liu, right?
Yes?
All right. I'm sorry, Andrew. I just don't see you in this poll book here. I'm afraid you might not be able to vote.
That's impossible. I've been a very active voter. Can you check again?
Nah.
Well, is there anything I can do to still cast a vote?
Nah. Bye.
Bah, dang.
Well, thank you, Rachel. Definitely some suspicious behavior going on last Tuesday. Now, as you can see, I'm sitting here with a pretty impressive group of people who are ready to discuss this issue. Let me first thank our guests for joining us today. First, we have Secretary of State Hillary Clinton joining us. Thank you for being here, Hillary.
It is very good to be here, Leica.
And also with me today is Senator Sanders.
Oh, I wouldn't miss it.
And last but not least, we have the president of the Right to Vote Club, Andrew Liu, here with us as well. Thank you for y'all's time.
Thank you.
Now let's get to it. Senator Sanders, what do you think went wrong this past Tuesday in New York?
You know, the voting irregularities in New York City are an absolute disgrace. It violates the ethics behind the whole voting process, and it absolutely destroys the justice that's supposed to act as its infrastructure.
Well, I have to agree with my colleague Bernie, but I'd have to add that the real disgrace is how unfair the scandal really was. That totally diminishes the concept of equal representation. The fact of the matter is that these American votes were not heard.
Let me make a statement on behalf of the Board of Elections. We were not aware of this disenfranchisement. I agree that it appears as though we abandoned our duty to the American people to remain honest and to train our staff with integrity, to act with integrity. I would like to add that we are in correspondence with the New York City Controller, Scott Stringer, and are cooperating completely with their requests.
Okay, but how can this happen? How is it the board hasn't made any reforms, especially considering that the same process has been happening for years, and most recently in 2012 in Florida? I mean, if I can reform my hair to look like this, I'm sure that you can fix this whole thing.
I mean, Mr. Liu, how can you claim that you're a professional when you didn't adhere to one of the very fundamental characteristics of recognizing that you have a duty to society as a whole? How was it possible that the voter list excluded names and basically made it so that these individuals couldn't even vote?
And don't forget about some of the facilities not even being open on the date of the primary voting.
We understand how colossal this mishap really is, but rest assured we will solve these problems by implementing some major reforms. We can ensure that this will not occur ever again.
Well, I hope so, because this was a very clear denial of rights to the American people. Their right to vote, their right to be heard and represented.
Well, I'm sorry to interrupt everyone, but our time is almost up. There is only one more statement that must be made, and I'm sure that it will resonate throughout the country. It is clear that this incident was a violation of American rights, and it was a departure from the justice that is supposed to underpin this process.
Oh, and one more thing, just letting you know, a vote for me is a guarantee that this won't happen again.
Wait. That's what I was going to say.
Hillary, Bernie, please. Well, that's about all the time we have. Thank you again to our guests for being here and our investigative reporter, Rachel, and thanks to you all again for joining us here on SNL. Weekend Update News. Yes, yeah, thank you. Good night.